Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? It's been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grandy, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Phil Grandy is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It really comes down to earnings to push the market higher in a sustainable sort of way. And earnings growth has been falling. We're now in the fifth consecutive quarter of negative growth. But when you look under the hood at the second derivative, that the current quarter, Q2, is turning out to be less bad than the first quarter, which was worse than the previous quarter.
Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast, around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. What? This guy's nuts. Listen to him. He's trying to mask over the incredible, the terrible earnings we're getting and trying to justify why the stock market keeps making new highs. I mean, he was all over himself. You know, he's trying to say, well, they're better than the worst, worse than the better. And then the next guy comes up and says the opposite.
We've had a global post-Brexit yield chase, that's brought inflows to the markets here in the U.S. And we've had a decent earnings season. And this is really, I think, an earnings-driven market.
All right, he said we had a good earnings. It's an earnings-driven market. Then let's go back to the first guy.
It really comes down to earnings to push the market higher in a sustainable sort of way. And earnings growth has been falling. We're now
falling. Wait a minute. The other guy said they were going up. Which is it? That's why you joined my gang, Phil's Gang. That's unbelievable. Are you nuts? Hey, tonight's the big night. Obama is going to tell us how wonderful, how he saved the economy. He saved us. He in the last 8 years, he took and drove the stock market up 126% all himself, and it's because the economy is doing so good. And that's what he's going to talk about. Look at the stock market. He's going to tell you, look at that. We are doing so well. The stock market has nothing to do with the economy. What has to do with the economy? Durable goods. They came in again today. They just reported again. I always tell everybody, you want to know how good the economy is? Go to durable goods. Go to durable goods. Because those are big items, big ticket items. Those are your washers, your dryers, all the big things you use around the house, big screen TVs, even vans. They include in vans, business vans. You know how business goes out and buys a fleet of vans. I mean, just big stuff that you use that lasts 5 years or more, like a microwave. I mean, that's how you measure how well the economy is doing. So they said it was only going to drop 1%. Well, guess what? It's dropped 4%. We now have over 6 quarters of durable goods, all negative. Everything's negative, but the market continues to go up. It's amazing, isn't it? And he's going to tell you there's a great recovery going on. Well, if there's a recovery and we're doing so well, why did we add 376,000 bartenders in the past year? and 3 million since 2010. Bartenders, waiters. So when you hear him tonight tell you how the country's doing so well, just remember what I'm telling you. He added 376,000 bartenders just in this past year, and 3 million since 2010. Now, and since December 2014, if we're doing so well, we're in recovery, then how can he say that when we lost 1.4 million manufacturing workers? And these have been replaced one-to-one by waiters and bartenders. If the economy is doing so well, you got to think when he tells you that, this is the 17th consecutive week that money has been the 27th consecutive week since money's been flowing out of the stock market. That's right. Another 40 billion has gone out because the big boys, the big banks, mutual funds, banks, they're all taking their money out of the market. So how they're holding the market up is printing more money and buying more bonds so that the folks in China and elsewhere who buy our debt won't buy our debt anymore. And because they're not getting a good return of 1.5%, so they buy our stocks. They're still printing a lot of money to give to large companies to buy their own stocks to keep the stock price up. All this stuff is going on. It's amazing. If the economy was doing so well, then ask yourself tonight when he tells you, well, how come poverty has doubled? How can he claim tonight the economy is doing so well when poverty has doubled? Are you kidding? We are the #1 economy in the world. That's what he's going to tell you. When we rank number 19 when it comes to income, median income per adult. And we're number 20 when it comes to the wealthiest people. I mean, we're not number 1. We're not number 1. Prisoners, yeah. And what about all these stimulus injections? Especially manufacturing, industrial production. How come we put trillions of dollars into this economy, and we have an economy that's growing at 2%? He's the only president in history that's never hit 3%. Now, not only were durable goods sales down, retail sales are down, household spending is down, disposable income is down. Everything's in a decline. Why? Because we don't have good full-time jobs available. And things are going to get worse because he's going to kill coal. It's interesting. I listen to these people. And, I don't know why we got to call people liberals. I don't know why we got to call people Democrats or Republicans. What are these labels? Shouldn't we just call people what they are? Shouldn't we vote for people on who they are? What's this? What is this party stuff? I get so sick. Well, now we got the Democrat convention. Now we have the Republican convention. You put them all in the bucket, they all suck. I mean, think of it. Who cares? I mean, people really, this party thing. I watch these people, both the Republicans and Democrats at the convention with their hats going on and they're dancing to music, and it's like they're like they belong to a club or something. The party. Like the Nazi party. I mean, the party. What's this party? Shouldn't you just vote for a person who does a good job, who's a good person? Why? Because he belongs to this team, the Democrat team. You just put out of your mind everything they did bad. If he's on the Republican team, you do everything he did bad or she did bad. Put it out of your mind because you got to go for the team. You got to go for the team. Unbelievable. Coal. I heard last night they kept saying the Republicans keep accusing Obama that he's destroying the economy on purpose. He's really Isn't that silly? Why would he destroy the economy on purpose? Of course he is. If you want the proof, just go look at the coal. Coal. Coal is the cornerstone of our economy. When you try to destroy coal industry, you're destroying the economy. So what do you mean that's a bunch of nonsense? And I saw them in denial last night when they were talking about I could have thrown some through the TV. I go, wait a minute. The proof is in coal. Would somebody stand up and say, hey, look at the coal industry? That's our economy. That's the basis to our whole economy. That started our revolution, industrial revolution. Coal is the fuel that powers our farming, our manufacturing, our construction, our transportation, our hospitals. Coal controls our economic growth, controls our lives, our livelihoods, our living standards, our liberties. Coal has been powering our economy for decades. Because why? Because it's a great source. Coal is a source of low-cost, reliable electricity at 6 cents a kilowatt hour, compared to 63 cents that we have to pay on average for sun and wind. That you and I have to subsidize the difference between the 63 cents and the 6 cents. And he's killing, so if he's not trying to kill the economy, then why is he killing coal? We'll be right back and make some money. Join my gang, Phil's Gang. 15 pesos.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to, but you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters, because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk. But we just don't sit around and throw the bowl, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing. Because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine with the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're talking about the economy. We're talking about people are saying, oh, it's ridiculous that Obama is trying to destroy this economy on purpose. He's trying to destroy the middle class because you can't have a social society with a middle class. Everybody understands that, right? We all know that. You have the oligarchs at the top and you have everybody else at the bottom who depends on government. And there's nothing worse, there's nothing more threatening to a socialist government than having the middle class. You got to wipe them out. So if you think about it, what is the biggest cornerstone to our economy, to our country? The cornerstone of our economy is coal. It's always been. That's what drove the Industrial Revolution. That's right. Keeps our lights on, our factories running. But it's the low cost. The low cost. I mean, think about it. We can generate 1 kilowatt hour of electricity for 6 cents. But here's the other thing they fear, is the abundance of coal. We have so much coal. Are you kidding? That's what, and that's what he doesn't like. Or Hillary, too. Remember, she's going to take over the same policies. The abundance of coal, I mean, it's just incredible. And that's threatening. Because it's cheap and it's plenty of it. Now remember, it was coal that propelled our economy during the Industrial Revolution. But let's not talk revolution. Let's talk about China and let's talk about India. They're modern day. They in the last 20 years, how do you think they took right now? India and China, they have the 2 fastest growing middle class economies in the world. You sell more cars to India than you want to open a car to go to India. China, too. Their middle class is exploding. Someday they won't be buying our stuff, believe me. Okay? They won't have to sell it to us either, their stuff. They won't have to export us anything, and that's their idea. Their idea is not to depend on the United States anymore, buying their stuff, build their middle class. And how are they doing it? Through coal. Through coal. They could not possibly do it unless they had coal. And in the last 20 years, it's worked for them. But now he wants to have coal. He wants to get rid of coal, but he wants to have China and India sign this, what they call this Paris Agreement, where they cut back the carbon dioxide. I mean, cut it back so far, like back to 1950. And by the way, there's really no global threat, no global warming threat. This is all just to get rid of the middle class of the United States. So he's got to sell this to the world. There's this big problem with global warming and carbon dioxide. We got to cut the use of the carbon dioxide. And China and India said, "What are you, nuts? We just, in the last 20 years, lifted our people out of poverty to a middle class. You want us now to cut carbon back to the same rate it was in 1950? When the people in India, just by breathing, put out more carbon. The Hollywood guys flying around their jets put out more carbon. Than coal does. It's just a big fraud. As a matter of fact, Christina Friagri, I can't pronounce the name, she is the executive secretary of climate change in the United Nations. She called, right at the meeting, she called Obama a fraud. A fraud. She said he's not an environmental activist, but a socialist. He's a socialist who's using global warming the way to mask what his real goal is. He's using global warming and the capping of carbon dioxide to mask his real intent, which is to destroy the cornerstone of his own economy, coal, because he wants to get rid of his own middle class. Then he wants to do it around the world. Then he wants one world bank, one world economy. He's a fraud. Now, I didn't say this. This is coming from the UN, who he praises. At least she had the guts to come out. I can't pronounce Christina Figueres, Figueres. But she called him. There's no political correctness at that meeting. So he was using the UN to put forward a resolution called the Paris Agreement that would force countries to cut carbon emissions to 20% of 1990 levels by 2050. And China and India refused to sign. This is nuts. They said, look, matter of fact, because it's affordable and abundant, China and India, they built over 1,000 coal-fired power plants. They're planning to build another 2,300. At the same time, Obama has sent out his SS, the equivalent to the Nazi SS called the EPA, is unaccountable to anybody, EPA bureaucrats, and they're shutting down U.S. coal-fired generators. Now they're getting ready to block natural gas production and the use of that here in America, because he's got to get rid of jobs. Because that built the middle class. Once you do that, you get rid of the middle class. Then people fall into poverty. Then they have to be. Then you can control them. Because once you get them out of the middle class and they get into poverty, then they all look to big government to take care of them. And India and China and this UN secretary told Obama to go to hell. It's unbelievable. Hey, let's go to Stock Corner, make some money on carbon.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
You know, every day I come on here and I really try to get you involved. And I know how discouraged you are with the stock market. And because you've gone through a couple crashes, you lost all your 401k money because you never got out on time. And I try to show you that, you know, I developed a chart that tells you when to get out. That's the most important thing. And what I want you to do is go to my site, philsgang.com, and you can see this. And use any one of your mobile devices or your computer, home, laptop, whatever, and you can see this. Go to philsgang.com, click on where it says radio, and I'll show you. You could have picked up a 10% return on IBM from July 7th to today when it turned from red to green. But here's the important thing. Not the 10%, but you're going to know when to get out. Isn't that wonderful? Know when to get out. Whoever did that for you. Call 877-600-GANG right now and join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure. Why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With the false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street. You turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap is trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, it's interesting, isn't it, how so many people have turned away from the stock market, retail people, mom and pop, and they've turned to these 401ks, which I don't understand why they stay in them. I do, because they spend billions and billions or millions and millions of dollars to market these things as the greatest thing in the world. Always remember for that 401k, the problem. You'll never get out in time. They never tell you to get out because not to their interest to get you out. Remember, they never get you out. They want you to stay in because they get paid on the amount of money that's in the fund, not how much they get for you or how much they make in returns. See, they shouldn't get paid unless they make you a 10% return a year. They shouldn't get paid nothing. Now, if they make you 10% return, anything over 10% should be theirs. If they got 20%, let them keep the other 10. That's not how the business works. It's a rigged business. And the founder of the 401k, he came out recently and he said that it was a scam. And he doesn't even have a 401k. Now, if the owner's saying that, why are you still in? It's crazy. So it's hard for me because I sit here and I can see it. I've been doing this for 40 years. I devised this chart that just because I know what people think. I've been doing it so long. They're scared of the market because they're always scared of losing their money because they're scared. They don't know when the market's going to crash. Everybody, that's all they have on their mind when they go to bed is the market going to crash. Now, you can't convince them the market just doesn't crash. It takes months and months and months. You get so many signals before the market crashes, months in advance. But they don't understand that. So I said, I'm going to devise a chart for my gang members so they can go to bed at night and feel comfortable and know, hey, I know when to get out. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's take Goldman Sachs. What a bunch of gangsters. Hillary's owned by them. They know that. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. But take Goldman Sachs. Just take recently here. When it turned green, if you bought it around July 7th when it turned green, and right to today, okay, you'd be up 14%. And that's one of my 5 stocks that we follow all year for the gang. We'll tell you, hey, it's green, buy. But here's the thing. The gang members who are using my MV2 chart, who are up 14%, maybe some are up 10%, maybe some 5%, depending where they decide to get in. But obviously, we teach you want to get in, wait about 3 days, 2 to 3 days, when it changes, because we want a confirmation. When it turns red to green, you wait a couple of days. And then you also have the safety net, we call it, where we have this crossover that confirms the money has come in. So it turns green, we look down, we got this safety, it's a crossover. We've got 2 lines, red crosses yellow. It's like your safety net that assures you money went in. And then we wait 2 additional days. So we make sure we don't have risk on. Then so there's 10%. But here's the other thing. You can make money going the other way. So when it drops, for example, on May 4th, it turned red. So let's say you got in on May 5th or even May 6th when it was around, I don't know, about $158. And then it dropped to $139. So 158 to 139, I don't know, that's a 12% return. But you would have known, but the beautiful thing, that for the first time you would have made money going down, then turned around, turned green again, and got back in. So 14% down, 14% on the way back up. It works. All I ask is, look, join a gang. It's $39.95. Call now, 877-600-GANG. Steve will talk to you. He'll explain to you the program. And after 30 days, if you don't like it, don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. We guide you. We help you. I mean, the services we give you during the day is incredible. Whatever mobile device you have, we get in touch with you. We give you alerts. We tell you exactly what's going on. So it's a wonderful experience. So just try it. At the end of 30 days, if what I'm saying here is not true, then just leave. That's it. Okay. We're talking about coal industry. Yes, if you want proof that Obama is destroying the economy purposely so that people lose jobs and people have to depend on government, big government, that's what socialism is, listen to this.
She's getting a lot of money into her...
Talking about Hillary Clinton now.
She's getting a lot of money into her campaign and into the Clinton Foundation from the manufacturers of windmills and solar panels that cost 5.5 times more and wouldn't even exist if it weren't for this subsidy from the taxpayer. My coal miners don't want Hillary Clinton's welfare. They want jobs, and that's what Donald Trump is about. jobs. She's never had one. Neither has Obama. Barack Obama and his Democrat friends have cut the coal industry in half. Our volumes, our production is half of what it was when Mr. Obama was elected. Our coal prices are half. There are 52 bankrupt coal companies. There are only 4 of us that aren't. And it's a very dangerous situation.
You see, so coal is what got our country to the Industrial Revolution, because it's a cheap energy and it's an abundant energy. I mean, it's affordable. Like you heard what he said. It only costs 6 cents per kilowatt. It's 63 cents using solar or wind, and we got to subsidize the difference. Germany and France have given up solar and wind because it doesn't make sense. But we do it because it's political. It's, first of all, also remember how reliable it is. But the interesting thing is that you got to get rid of the middle class if you're going to have a social society, and he knows that. Know why? Because middle class people, especially in the United States, are fiercely independent. He knows that, and they depend on no one. They just want to depend on themselves. They want an opportunity, and they want no government interference. And a middle class person, he wants to excel. He doesn't want to be average like a government worker. He wants to excel. For Obama to transition from capitalist society into a social society, this is a big problem, the middle class. That's character he doesn't want. He doesn't want people who are fiercely independent. He doesn't want people who don't want to be average. He has a great disdain for America. He has a great hate for America. And that was embedded in him, starting with his father, who was a communist. I'm not just saying it. Go look it up. He was. And then take all his mentors. You had Davis. He was a member of the KGB, for God's sakes. He was a communist. And his other mentor there, who's the guy that's the head of the father of neighborhood organizing. I forget his name, but Saul Lewinsky. I mean, that's who got into his head when he was a kid. Now you got Hillary coming in, and she's just as bad. So what we should do is, look, the only way we're going to protect ourselves and our kids is to create our own wealth. And the only place I know I can create it is the market. And I've designed this program that works, but it's hard to get it across. It's called MV2. Join the gang. It truly works. You know, it's kind of like when you see on TV, people who have arthritis and pain, they have this stuff called blue stuff. You put it on and it goes away, and you think, that's got to be a gimmick. That's got to be a gimmick, this blue stuff. But they spend millions and millions of dollars to keep it out there on TV every day. Finally, people start buying it, and it works. Well, I don't have millions and millions of dollars go on TV to sell my MV2. But I can reach out to you, and for $39.95, join the gang, follow us for a month, watch how we use our MV2, and you'll see, hey, you know, it works. It works. I think I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to lease the MV2, which is only $24.95. So start out with $39.95. Just observe us in class and what we're doing with the MV2. Then at the end of 30 days, you see, wow, this really works. Then I'll lease the MV2. It's $24.95. That's it. Look, we can't stop Obama from destroying our coal industry, which is the cornerstone of our economy. But we can't stop that, but we can create wealth. He hasn't stopped that yet. We'll be right back. 877-600-GANG.
For more information on this show, go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang, in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grandy, at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grandy, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Phil Grandy is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, they're talking about housing, how wonderful housing is, too. You're going to hear that tonight, too. Housing's terrific. Everything's good. Oh, by the way, they're going to say how auto industry, save the auto industry. We just got news today. The biggest buyer of subprime auto loan paper, the biggest subprime facility, the lender, they said they had to hold back a little bit on giving out their public company, their earnings report. They had to put it off for a few days. Yeah, I wonder why. That is going to implode. Now, it's not going to be as big as the housing implosion. That's what's going to take this country down, but it's going to be big. And it's coming. It's coming closer and closer. But you know how they tell us everything is just fine. And they said how Trump makes everything dark. It seems dark. He's not making things dark. He's telling the truth. Wouldn't you want to know the truth? You go to the doctor. Do you want the doctor not to tell you the truth? Don't you want him to tell you the truth? Well, nobody in our government ever tells us the truth. They lie to us all the time. The truth is we're in trouble. The truth is we're killing what drives our economy is coal. We can't replace it. Think about the amount of coal we have, and we're just going to let it sit there and we're going to grow flowers on it or something? I mean, we have more coal than anybody else in the world. And we can make oil out of coal now through fracking. And this is crazy. This is nuts. Makes no sense. But here again, listen to this, how they lie to us. Listen to this about housing.
On most recoveries, it starts with the housing market. And unfortunately, what happened in the last recession, it was tough to get any type of mobility with respect to the housing market. So everyone was underwater. With this recovery, it actually was only the consumer that really came back for the most part. Now we're starting to see housing come back.
No, you're not. Listen.
Well, just up 0.2%. That's a miss. The street was looking for pending home sales to be up about 2%.
I thought you said it was coming back. It's not coming back because we don't have good jobs. We talked about this yesterday. You know the mortgage applications are down 11%? You could put rates down to 1% for a house mortgage. And only the wealthy would be there. If you don't have a good job, but you know what takes the confidence out of housing? It's not that you're worried. It's when your neighbor loses his job. Or when your neighbor, you talk to him, you see him in the morning, go get your newspapers. Yeah, I've been cut part. I don't work 40 hours anymore. Like, what are you doing home so early? I thought you go to work. Yeah, they cut my hours back to 30 hours. That sends fear through the neighborhood. Am I going to be next? Am I going to be next? So you think dropping rates from 3% to 2.25% is going to make a difference to a guy who just learned his neighbor? He's been working for a company for 30 years, and either he lost his job or he's got his hours cut back. You don't want to go out and buy a house, do you? You don't want to buy a car. Of course not. And that's why durable goods are down. That's why durable goods, and nobody knows what durable goods mean. It's just unbelievable, the lying that goes on. So they accuse Trump of, when he's talking, it's dark. It's very dark. Dark? And you're going to hear that tonight. You know, when you hear tonight about how great things are, just ask yourself, if they're so great, 5 quarters of negative net earnings growth? That's nuts. Trade deficits at $8 trillion. You want to know why you don't have a job? Right there. Deficits, $8 trillion. That kills your job. So you got trade deficit, $8 trillion, and you got these guys going around the EPA shutting down coal mines. You know, think about it, the coal reserves. The United States is home to the largest recoverable reserves of coal in the world. We have enough coal to last for 200 years. We have more recoverable coal than any other country. In fact, more than a quarter of the world's known recoverable coal reserves are right here in our country at 6 cents per kilowatt hour, compared to 63 cents windmills, solar, that you have to pay and I have to pay in taxes, the difference between 6 cents and 63 cents. So Obama can stand up there and say, we are now producing with solar and wind half of this country's electricity. Now what he should say is, we are now producing with solar and with wind half of the country's electricity. And boy, are we sticking it to you. Because energy, green is cool. Green is cool. You know one good thing about coal-fired electricity? Because it provides a continuous base load power. It's continuous power. There's no skipping it's reliable. You've got to have a continuous power, a continuous base load power. That's so vital to maintaining a reliability of an electric grid in your city, so you don't have blackouts and all that kind of thing. It's a great reliability. Just think what the coal has done for this nation. Going back to our steel factories and he wants to get rid of it because he's trying to kill off the middle class. Here's what you're not going to kill off tonight. I want you to think about tonight. You join the gang, okay? And in the morning, you get coffee talk, where I tell you every morning before the market opens. I usually do coffee talk about 8:15. And I tell you exactly what I think is going to happen with the market for the day and what stocks we should be looking at. And let's take, for example, if I said to you back in, I don't know, let's go back to, let's go back to, how about December 17th? December 17th. Here, do this one. How about if I went back to something closer, June of this year? I said, you know what? Gold, a gold mining stock. We just seen the institutions putting money in. And I show you, and I said, look, it just turned green at $14.50. Then I confirm it. I show you how we have the confirmation, red over yellow. So that confirms that the money is coming in. So we just wait maybe 2 days. We'll buy it on the third day. So let's say $14.50. Okay, and then it went to $19.50. That's a 34% return. Then it turned red. You knew to get out. It turned red. Isn't that great? Because you knew to get out. That's your biggest fear. You don't know when to get out. That's what drives people crazy. Wouldn't that be nice? Now, you join, and in the next 30 days, just get the membership, $39.95, and just observe, okay, on the stocks we're working using the MV2. Just observe what we're working. Right now, we got some wonderful stocks we're working with. We're working with Macy's right now. We're working with Target. We're working with Macy's, Target, and JCPenney, another one. They're all doing well. So just watch. When we put up our MV2 chart and we go over with our gang members who own the chart over these stocks and see how well they're doing, I'm sure after a month you're going to say, okay, I think I'm going to lease one of these and try it. All we ask, if you're doing well, is to please give money to St. Jude. Investing is about being patient. It's like playing chess. All you got to remember is you need one good investment a month. Just one good one. You wait for that to turn to green. Wait. But here's the beautiful thing. You've got the option when it turns red and it starts going down, you can make money that way. Let me tell you, if we can't convince you in 30 days, once you're a gang member, I don't know, we'll never convince you. Join the gang now. 877-600-GANG. Steve will take your call, or Alex, right now. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, Phil's Gang.